The Seawolves begin their final homestand of the season here at the Alaska Airlines Center as the Nanooks from the University of Alaska Fairbanks make the trip down here on a Saturday afternoon to take on the Seawolves. Hi everybody, Keaton Homer along with you. Glad to have you along wherever you might be tuned in for Seawolf Volleyball tonight. Seawolves begin their final three-game regular season homestand here this afternoon. They take on UAF before they finish with 2 games next week on Thursday and Saturday to wrap up their regular season home portion of the schedule. After tonight, Seawolves will have 4 regular season matches left on the schedule. Seawolves coming back home after a 2-game road trip which saw their 13-game match winning streak come to an end. They lost to Simon Fraser in 4 sets, but they bounced back against the Vikings in Bellingham last week with a 4-set victory, thanks in large part to Eve Stevens, who once again named GNAC Offensive Player of the Week for the 5th time, her 6th time being named Player of the Week in the GNAC. She has 1 Defensive Player award to her credit as well. Eve, career high in kills, setting the record as well, had 33 kills and 33.5 points. A school record and GNAC conference record as well for Eve Stevens against the Vikings. See if Eve can pick up where she left off against Western Washington. Seawolves on the floor right now getting warmed up as we're just a couple of moments away from our starting players being introduced and also our national anthem as well. For the University of Alaska Fairbanks, they come in with a 15-10 overall record. They are 5-8 in the conference. They have lost 2 consecutive games. They have lost 4 consecutive matches on the road as well. They were in the middle of the pack just a couple of weeks ago, and they hit some rough spots, did the Nanooks. Seawolf Volleyball celebrating the unity match across the GNAC, celebrating diversity and inclusion. So this game designated as the unity match here tonight against UAF. Talking about Fairbanks and the rough patch that they got into just a couple of weeks ago. They lost at one point in time 4 matches in a row, 2 in a row back-to-back at home, then went on the road against Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington and lost before bouncing back with a couple of wins against Montana State Billings and Seattle Pacific before losing their last 2 matches at Western Washington and at Simon Fraser. So the Nanooks trying to play spoiler, and it'll be interesting to see how things shake out here this afternoon. As both teams have finished their warm-ups, we're about ready for introductions of our starters tonight. Both UAF and UAA. UAA, by the way, comes in ranked number 9 in the nation, 4th consecutive week they've been ranked in the top 10. Even though they lost a match last week, still hanging in the top 10 right now. They are 21-2 and 11-1 in conference play. It's Chris Green giving his squad some last-minute instruction before they get set to take the floor. We'll send it over to our PA announcer, Matt Mayer, for the national anthem and starters tonight.
Welcome to the Alaska Airlines Center for today's matchup between Alaska Fairbanks and your UAA Seawolves. Fans, please direct your attention to center court for a special presentation before we begin today's match. Don't forget to play. The legacy of Liz Ho continues to run through Seawolf Volleyball in more ways than one. Liz was a light. In 2012, after a courageous battle with cancer, Liz passed away. In honor of her legacy, her sister, Cindy Martinson, led the charge to establish the Liz Ho Memorial Scholarship Fund. Today, we are honored to welcome the family of Liz Ho, Marge and Jenna Hansen, and Morgan and Virgil Ho, to the court in memory of Liz and recognize this year's Liz Ho Memorial Scholarship recipient, UAA setter Ellen Floyd. 5'9" sophomore from Cerritos, California. Say hello to number 3, Nicole Lou. A 6'4" freshman from Boise, Idaho. This is number 8, Emma Harrison. 10'5", a senior, all the way from France. Number 12, Lisa Jonet. A 5'10" senior from Pensacola, Florida. Make some noise to number 13, Ellen Floyd. 10'6", she's a senior from Palmer, Alaska. Give it up for number 16, Eve Stevens. Yeah, 6'3", sophomore from Fort Vallis, Montana. This is number 19, Isabel Evans. The head coach of the Seawolves in his 15th season is Chris Freak. Assistant coaches are Casey Meiser, Sierra Fuhashima, and Virgil Hope, along with Aaron Braun. Hey, make some noise for your Seawolves!
Seawolves tonight wearing their green uniforms with gold trim. The Nanooks wearing their black uniforms with blue and gold trim here this afternoon. As teams shake hands prior to the start of the match. Seawolves come in, top spot in the GNAC. They have yet to lose a match at home this season. Looking to keep that record unblemished on the year. They are 10-0 so far here at the Alaska Airlines Center. As the Seawolves not only looking to claim the top spot in the GNAC, but as we come down to the stretch of the season, they got a chance maybe to host a region as well, a regional tournament. That's still a couple, 3 weeks away from happening. There's still some work to be done during the regular season. So the Seawolves here in the opening set will serve right to left. The Nanooks will serve left to right here in set number 1. If there is one area where the Seawolves struggled in that loss against Simon Fraser in their serving game was on point, and that is one of the better things the Nanooks on the season have done. They have served well, and they also have had some terrific blocking as well from Elizabeth Jackson. Seawolves will have the opening serve here to start, as Ellen Floyd with the initial serve swung over to the far side, and the first point for the Nanooks. As Riley White picks up the first point, and White will step back to serve as White, the 5'11" sophomore out of Goodyear, Arizona. Genet, and a whistle comes in, and a point to UAF. After a double hit. And what's quickly 2-0 here in the opening set. Seawolves won the other match against the Nanooks up in Fairbanks earlier this season in 3 straight. Line drive serve by White. Stevens picks up the kill. So Madison Galloway will come in as Lisa Genet will head over to the Seawolf bench, and Galloway will come in to serve. Galloway on the season in 83 sets, 19 service aces. Good serve here. As tapping it over that time, Elizabeth Jackson. Jackson picks up her 132nd kill of the season. As Jessa Long will send it away as the Nanooks leading now 4-1 after the ace. As Long picks up her 21st ace of the season. Leawana, the the initial reception. Stevens blocked, and Christina Head picks up her 89th block on the year. And right now, UAF coming out hot to start set number one. They have a 4-point lead, 5-1. Floyd, Evans. Ball was partially touched that time by the Nanooks, so a kill to Isabel Evans, as Evans picks up her 83rd kill of the season, as Talia Leonai with the serve. And an ace for Talia. 35th ace of the season. Talia has 26 service errors, coming off of a career-high 25 digs against Western Washington is Talia. Down the far side, Nanooks send it in. Nelson on that previous attack for UAF, and that one mishandled by Long. And just like that, what was a 4-point deficit has been whittled down to 1. Talia going along that far sideline again on the attack. Good block in the middle that time, as Christina Head was blocked at the net. Like Patterson. Tied at 5. Head swipes it over. Stevens blocked. Christina Head. So the Nanooks back out in front by 1 point. As Taylor Overin with the serve. Floyd, Patterson, and Emma, the freshman out of Boise, Idaho, with the kill. I've seen her playing time increase, has Emma Patterson, over the recent weeks, as this serve is wide. And an error by UAA. First service error tonight for either team. As Carly Nielsen, 5'11" sophomore out of South Weber, Utah, will serve as now a timeout could be taken. I think the Nanooks were a little confused, perhaps, what they wanted to do, if they wanted to sub or not. So they use a timeout, talk things over. 1-point lead for UAF. Match, keep your eye onto the GNAC right now. Western Washington and Central Washington, they have gone to a 5th set, as the Wildcats of Central Washington have battled back after they dropped the first 2 sets against the Vikings. They won set 3 and 4. And right now the Vikings with a 3-point lead in set number 5. Seawolves had a game-and-a-half lead going into the weekend. Vikings won on Thursday, picked up another half a game. So the Vikings trying to get within a half a game yet again, depending on what happens here. Seawolves could maintain their game-and-a-half lead. Western Washington. So out of the timeout, Nanooks with control to serve, as Nielsen will step back to serve. And an error by Nielsen. It's the 35th error by Carly Nielsen on the season. As Riley Plumhoff will come in and serve. Lisa Genet also checking back in for UAA. Tied at 7. Plumhoff. Initially played by Erickson, and this one knocked over. And getting the kill once again was Christina Head. Christina picking up the previous point. Now will serve it, and wide and long at the mark that time. And an error by Christina Head. And Brian Scott in his 7th season, maybe, is he going to use one of his challenges? He's not going to do it right now. So tied at 8. As McKenna Elenecki with the serve. And that attack is wide. The Seawolves recapture a 1-point lead. Seawolves hit percentage not too great to start here in the opening set. 16%, 28% for the Nanooks. Played here to the near side, and the kill. That time as Ella Bynes with the kill. And back and forth we go here in the first set as Ainsley Smith, the freshman out of North Pole, Alaska, will serve it, played by Plumhoff. Here to the near side, Shanae. Beautifully done. Floyd with the serve, initially played that time by Riley White, as White gets it back. Shanae with another kill. Back-to-back kills for Lisa Shanae. As Ellen Floyd, the senior. It would have been a long serve, but Erickson played it. Keeps the rally alive, and then Floyd just tried to swipe it over, but didn't get enough of it. And an error on the attack that time by Ellen Floyd. 11-10. Seawolves out in front by a point. Plumhoff gets underneath it. Stevens blocked. Plumhoff. Stevens again. Over to the far side. Play here to the near side by UAA, Janae. And that block unable to stay in play that time, as powering it off of Isabel Evans was Carly Nielsen. And so we're tied at 11. This serve is in. Found the back right corner. And an ace this time for Riley White. Third ace of the afternoon for UAF. As White this time is long. Briefly touched on how good UAF has been with their service game. Both these teams rank 1 and 2. UAA is #1 in service aces coming into the weekend. UAF right behind them, #2. Smith with the set back to Alana Guck. This one killed as Galloway unable to get underneath it in time. Carly Nielsen with the kill as Jessa Long will send it away. Floyd, Stevens, wide on that one. So UAF now recaptures a 2-point edge. As Long, see where she wants to place this one. Well, didn't want to place it there, right into the net, and an error for Long. The Seawolves getting control of the serve back. As Talia Leawanai step back to serve for UAA. Talia's serve down the far side. Stevens. Misfired on that. So the Seawolves, a little bit of a sluggish start here in this opening set. The Nanooks have only won one match in the last 11 years here in Anchorage. That came back in 2011. That serve initially played by Galloway. Blue and Galloway collide, somehow get it over. Played here to the near side, Bynes long on the attack. Seawolves back within one. Seawolves, since the Alaska Airlines Center has opened, they are 7-0 against UAF as Eve Stevens with the error. The 33rd service error by Stevens on the season. As Nielsen. Point given away, a point given right back. Seawolves trying to get some substitutions made and making sure everybody at the scorer's table sees what's happening here, who's coming in and who's coming out. As Riley Plumhoff will come in, Lisa Genet will check in as well. Plumhoff floating serve. And that one, a rifle off the hand of Ella Bynes, the freshman out of Orlando, Florida. Genet just wide that time. Going down the near sideline. Had the right idea trying to place it down the sideline where nobody was for UAF, but just wide of the mark that time on the attack. His head with the serve. Patterson tried to punch it over, played off the net. Stevens unable to scramble over in time, and now a timeout is going to be taken by Chris Green, as the Nanooks have captured a 4-point lead here in the first set, 19-15. So Chris Green trying to calm his team down a little bit. Take a look at some of the stats so far here in this opening set. 7-5 UAF with 7 kills, Seawolves with 5. Seawolves have committed 7 errors here in the first set to the Nanooks only 3. Seawolves right now have a negative hitting percentage, being out hit tonight. Seawolves have been out hit one other time this season, and that came in their second loss of the year, their first conference loss against Simon Fraser. 7 assists for UAF, 5 assists for UAA, 3 aces for the Nanooks, 1 for the Seawolves. So Christina Head out of the timeout, will send it away. Plumhoff, Floyd, Patterson, initially played that time by Overett. Floyd here to the near side. Genet somehow, some way, able to get just enough. As Elizabeth Jackson tried to get there to block it, but couldn't get enough of it. And the kill to Lisa Genet. Makana Elenecki will come in to serve as Emma Patterson checks out. That one could have been long, but it's played by Erickson. attacking in that time. Riley White. The Nanooks here in this first set, they have quieted what is a good crowd on hand here for an afternoon match here on this Saturday. Stevens, Floyd, GNAC. And that one wide of the mark. 21-16. Ainsley Smith. The serve. Floyd swiped it over. What a diving effort that time, keeping the rally going. Long. Long will set it. White on the attack, blocked. Was getting underneath it was Long again on the dig that time. Here's GNAC. And GNAC able to get the kill. Fourth kill tonight for Lisa GNAC. And gets UAA back within 4. 21-17 as Ellen Floyd steps back to serve for the Seawolves, and Ellen misfires on that serve. It's the third error tonight on the serve for the Seawolves. As White. That one dumped right back where it came from as Elizabeth Jackson gets the kill, and another timeout taken by UAA as the Nanooks are 2 points away from taking the opening set. Elizabeth Jackson, the sophomore out of Graham, North Carolina, is in 4th in Division II in blocks. Jackson came into the match here against UAA with 109 blocks. Has 110 now as she's picked up 1 block here this afternoon as Eve Stevens able to get the kill. It's 23-18 as Galloway to send it away. Initially played by Long. Here to the near side as Guck gets the kill. Elena Guck. And it's set point for UAF. As Jessa Long will serve for set point. Blue. And the kill that time for Elena Guck. And the opening set goes to the Nanooks, 25-18. So UAF comes in, takes the first set. Teams will switch sides. And we'll come back for set number 2. Nanooks take the opening set, 25-18. This is Seawolf Volleyball here on GoSeawolves.com.
Alaska Airlines and Alaska Airlines trip is up for grabs. Welcome
Well, the Nanooks able to take the opening set 25-18. As they out-hit UAA in that opening set, they had a 38% hit percentage. Seawolves finished with a 4% hitting percentage. Nanooks had 11 kills, Seawolves had 9. 8 errors committed by UAA in that opening set. Nanooks only committed 3 errors. 10 assists for UAF, 8 assists for UAA. Lisa Janae in that first set had 4 kills, as Eve Stevens, somewhat quiet, had 2 kills. Negative hitting percentage for Eve, which is very rare to see. UAF has a handful of players with 2 kills apiece. Elena Guck, Jackson, Nielsen, White, and Bynes, all with 2 kills apiece. And Christina Head has 1 kill so far for the Nanooks. So teams will switch into the floor. Nanooks will have the serve to start the second set. It is very rare that one of these two teams sweeps the other in the season series. I'm trying to remember the last time that UAA has swept UAF. It has been a while. And a service ace to start Carly Nielsen. As Nielsen with her first. Actually checked that. It was Ainsley Smith, not Nielsen, so my apologies as Smith picked up the ace and Stevens able to answer with the kill. Tied at 1. But over the last course of the few years, it has always seemed to be that the home team wins their match. Now, the Seawolves went up to Fairbanks earlier this season and won up in Fairbanks, so the Nanooks trying to flip the script here this afternoon. And that one misplayed that time by Long. And the ace for Maddie Galloway. As Galloway line drive serve initially played by Long. Here to the near side on the attack is Riley White. Nice play by Leawanai. As Nicole Blue wide of the mark on that attack. Tied at 2. As Riley White. Galloway. Floyd. Stevens taps it over. Long tried to slide underneath it, but not in time. Far side, Elena Guck plays it over. Floyd, Leilani Elder, what a play by Long, and the Nanooks knock it over. Stevens this time. And Eve Stevens starting to come alive. It's Talia Leawanai. Serve, senior from Wailuku, Hawaii. Guck. Floyd, Elder, that one played off the elbow that time by Jackson. And he gave it a chicken wing to keep it going. As Stevens was blocked initially, but it's played off the antenna here on the near side, and a point to UAA, and it's a 3-point lead for the Seawolves at 5-2. dig on the attack, cross court. Too strong from Carly Nielsen. The Seawolves have rallied off 4 straight points. Leo found a little bit of a wet spot apparently. Being up the moisture. Serve, clips the top of the net, and falls. Ace for Talia. 3rd ace of the afternoon for UAA. And Nanooks have 4 aces so far this afternoon. Guck gets the kill. Finally able to get the side out for the Nanooks. Seawolves have won 6 of the last 10 meetings. Dating back to 2018. Blue. And Nicole Blue upset with herself a little bit after she misplayed that one. Floyd, Stevens, able to answer, and Eve Stevens now with 5 kills, or check that, 7 kills after that one. Initially played that time by Nielsen, right back down that time by Ellen Floyd. As Floyd picks up her 2nd kill tonight. Set that time by Smith. Christina Head with the kill. Substitution, Taylor Overend will check in. As Taylor will go back to serve. Ella Bynes also checking in for UAF as Overend. To the near side, the block that time. Carly Nielsen. And Nanooks, one of the better blocking teams in the GNAC. Over to the far side, Nicole Blue. On the attack and the kill off the left hand of Ella Bynes. And just like that, it's 9-7. Seawolf lead cut down to 2. Ryan Scott has his team playing really well here at the moment. Floyd, Nicole Blue, long, able to get underneath it. Here to the near side on the attack. The block by Elder that time. As Nielsen had the initial attack, and Leilani was there to shut it down. As Riley Plumhoff, a sophomore from Diamond High School. Floating serve by Riley, trying to hustle over. That time was Taylor Overend, but out of her reach. Riley, serve just died as soon as it got over the net that time, but the Nanooks able to handle it and get the point. Misplayed by UAA there. As Kinley Erickson, the sophomore from North Pole, Alaska, will handle the serve here. And that attack long. And UAF back within a couple of points here in the second set. If you're just joining us, UAF won the opening set 25-18. Eve Stevens. Here to the near side, Riley White. GNAC on the attack. Long, able to get the dig. Good rally here is Stevens. Long that time. White and the kill for the Nanooks to get them within one. Erickson. GNAC knocks it over for UAA. And a whistle came in. And a point to UAA, much to the dismay of Brian Scott. The net moved, and I think that may have gotten the officials' attention. And now they're going to discuss it and perhaps take the review as well. And so they will go to the review to see if indeed contact with the net was made. So they will see if the point will stay with UAA or if they'll replay the point here. Take a look at the stats right now. Kills almost even. UAF with 16, Seawolves with 15. The errors are what are killing the Seawolves at the moment. They have 12 errors so far tonight. The Nanooks have only committed 6. Assists, 15 for UAF, 13 for UAA. Each team has 4 aces. 5 service errors for the Nanooks, 3 for the Seawolves so far this afternoon. So the officials over at the far side reviewing the previous point. We'll see what comes out of the review here. And the point will stay with UAA. Contact with the net was made, and Brian Scott feeling that he would have his player let him know if she did indeed make contact with the net, but the replay says otherwise. As Akana Elenecki with the serve. Stevens right there at the right spot, the right time. Eve. GNAC. Initially played by Erickson that time. Here to the near side, Riley White. And it's 12-11. And much like the first set, back and forth we go. Teams trading points. Seawolves led by as many as 4 points earlier on in the second set. Floored, what a beautiful play by the senior from Pensacola, Florida. Great court awareness by Ellen Floyd. White, long. Point edge in favor of UAA, 14-11 is Floyd. Good serve by Ellen. And the kill that time for Ella Bynes. As Angel Kingsley Smith will come in to serve. Floyd with the set. Isabel Evans, long, able to get underneath it. Over to the far side, Shanae. Good dig that time by Guck. Floyd dives on the floor, Shanae taps it over. A beautiful play that time by Lisa Shanae. Able to get the kill. There's Madison Galloway. The error. Fourth service error tonight by UAA. First one by Galloway tonight on the season. That is her 21st service error. It's White with the serve. Nicole Blue. And Blue picks up her first kill tonight. Attack that time, Jackson. Too strong. Seawolf lead back out to a 4-point edge, 17-13. Leawana. The ace. Timeout going to be taken by Brian Scott and the Nanooks. The Seawolves have built a 5-point lead here in the second set, 18-13.
I hope everybody bought tickets to the gun show tonight because it's time for the Flex Cam brought to you by Providence. Show those muscles to the camera.
Saw some fans here at the Alaska Airlines Center sporting their Halloween costumes. As out of the timeout, Seawolves with the serve. Punched in the air that time by Jackson. Nanooks able to get it over. Nicole Blue. Good block that time by Stevens after the attack by Jackson. Floyd, Elder blocked. Talia able to keep it going. And a kill for UAA. What an effort by Talia. Diving on the floor to keep it alive. The Seawolves able to get the kill. Lead 19-13. Line drive serve initially played by Jessa Long. Elena Gluck knocks it over. Set by Smith, the attack by Guck. Blue. Smith here to the near side to Marine Angley. And a point to the Nanooks. That one found the back corner. Angeli, Marine Angeli, the senior from Cervry, France. Seeing her first time here this afternoon, and an ace for UAF. So when it seemed like UAF had control, Nanooks able to battle back. As Long with another ace, back to back. Third ace tonight for Jessa Long. Eve. And that one, Elena Guck unable to control. And now Eve Stevens will step back to serve for the Seawolves. Elder. Leilani with the block and the kill. 21-16. And another timeout going to be taken by UAF. Well, we were keeping our eye on that match in Ellensburg, the Vikings and the Wildcats. And Western Washington able to squeak by Central Washington in 5 sets. So we'll stay in second place in the GNAC standings. Seawolves trying to stay atop of the GNAC standings. First of 3 home games here for UAA here tonight. 2 games next week, their final 2 regular season home matches on Thursday and Saturday next week. Don't forget, next Saturday against Central Washington, trying to pack the house here at the Alaska Airlines Center, trying to set the Division II record for attendance for a volleyball match. A lot of giveaways taking place here at the Alaska Airlines Center. First 1,000 fans through the turnstiles here at the Alaska Airlines Center. Get a free drawstring backpack as well. So a lot of things happening in the final home match next week. All right, now, Nanooks able to get the kill. Make it 21-17. As Taylor Ovren comes in to serve now, as UAF trails by 4 points. As Ovren, Galloway with the initial reception. Blue, Long to dig it up. And Jelly on the attack. And the kill for the Seawolves. As Riley Plumhoff will check in and serve now for the Seawolves. Last kill picked up by Ellen Floyd. Here to the near side, played off the top of the net that time. And Ella Bynes picks up the kill. 6th kill tonight for Bynes. Jelly. GNAC. So it was the French connection there. The serve by Noreen and Jelly out of Cervery, France, and then the kill by Lisa GNAC out of St. Denis, France. And that one, wow. Kenna Elanecki. Miscue on the serve. 23-19. As Christina Head, a sophomore from Lyons, Kansas, with the serve. Floyd, Head, nice play. Punched in the air, and then the kill that time by Isabel Evans. Set point here for the Seawolves as Ellen Floyd will serve for set number 2. Floyd, Plumhoff, Stevens gets the kill in set number 2. Seawolves and Nanooks tied at 1 set apiece. We go to set number 3. An exciting match between two rivals here at the Alaska Airlines Center. We'll step aside. You're watching Seawolf Volleyball here on GoSeawolves.com.
Alaska Airlines and Seawolves fans, congratulate our Alaska 529 fan of the game, Emmett.
Seawolves able to bounce back and take set number 2, 25-19. As we are tied at 1 set apiece between the Nanooks and Seawolves. Glad to have you along wherever you might be tuned in. Keaton Homer along with you as the Seawolves trying to stay undefeated here at home. They are a perfect 10-0 on the season here in matches at the Alaska Airlines Center. On top of that, trying to stay atop of the GNAC conference as well. Looked it up during the break. Since 2018, this series has gone back and forth. There has never been a sweep by either team. Last sweep of the season series between the Nanooks and Seawolves was 2017. But generally, it has been the home team that has won the match. The case this year, Seawolves winning up in Fairbanks in 3 straight sets. A few weeks ago, the Nanooks trying to exact a little revenge here this afternoon. So we go to set number 3. Seawolves will serve to start the 3rd set. Seawolves so far tonight, 24 kills to 21 kills for the Nanooks. Seawolves limited the errors in that 2nd set, 12 errors to 9 errors now total. UAA still has 12 errors. Nanooks have upped their total to 9. Hit percentages hovering around the same for both squads, 22% for the Nanooks, 20% for UAA. Seawolves have 21 assists tonight. Nanooks have 20. So Ellen Floyd will get set number 3 started. Floyd leading the way for the Seawolves in assists tonight, 17 assists tonight. That one on the attack is wide. And they're saying the ball was tipped. And Coach Green is going to challenge. And so they'll go to the monitor to see if it was indeed touched by UAA. Ball landed wide here on the near side. by a Seawolf. We'll see if that is indeed the case. As Captain Ellen Floyd coming over here to talk to the official, asking who saw it exactly. Didn't seem like anybody for UAA touched it. And the Seawolf players pretty emphatic that they didn't touch it either. Second time this afternoon that the officials have gone to the replay monitor. First time it favored the Seawolves. See if it favors UAA once again. Fairly quick review. And it looks like the point will go to UAA, and it will. So the Seawolves pick up the opening point of set number 3. As Floyd serves into back right corner. Good play by Nicole Blue. Floyd taps it over, and a point to the Nanooks on a double touch there, and Chris Green saying, hey, if you're going to call it, make sure you call it for both. And an error on the serve. 6th service error for the Nanooks. Let's go along with their 6 aces. Galloway. Over to the far side. Good dig by Galloway. Stevens hustles over. Blue will knock it over. Here to the near side. Guck. Didn't get enough on it. Played it into the net. And it's 3-1 in favor of UAA. As Galloway Long with the initial hit. On the attack that time, Nielsen. Nicole Blue. Dig by Long. That one clips the top of the net and falls to the floor as Ellen Floyd unable to get underneath it in time. As Long will go back to serve for the Nanooks. Dig by Talia that time. Nicole Blue wide on that attack, and now we're tied at 3. As Long. Talia. Floyd with the set for Eve Stevens. Long hustling over. On the attack, Nielsen. Just played it. Isabel Evans checks out as Leilani Elder comes in. Talia Aunai with the serve. Nielsen, nice play by Galloway. That almost killed. Elder does finally get the kill. Nice play by Floyd. Galloway. Eve Stevens. Wow. What ball placement that time by Eve. Looked like she was going to go cross court. I don't know if she intended to do that or if it happened by accident, but nevertheless, it worked out. Guck with a cannon that time. Elena Guck with the kill. 6th kill tonight for Guck. At 6'4". Elena came in to this match with 116 kills. She's added 6 more so far here this afternoon. And Elder with another kill here in the 3rd set. She now has a couple here this afternoon. As Eve Stevens coming off of that record-setting 33 kill performance against the Vikings with the serve. Long hustling over. See if White can play it over, and she does. Floyd swipes it to the floor. Stevens. Play here to the near side. Nielsen knocked it over. Nicole Blue here gets the kill. 2nd kill for Nicole here. And that one is in. Found that far back line and just finally died enough. As Stevens with the ace. Elder dumps her right back. And a timeout going to be taken by the Nanooks. As the Seawolves have a 7-point edge here in set number 3.
Fans support UAA volleyball by participating in the Bay Athletic Lines 50-50 raffle. Raffle tickets are still on sale right now.
Set number 3, we're tied at a set apiece. Seawolves leading the 3rd set 11-4. Eve Stevens coming alive here. Has 10 kills on 21 total attacks. It was slow going, especially in the 1st set for Eve. Also has an ace here this afternoon. Eve in control of the serve at the moment for UAA. Floyd with the set here to the near side. Nicole Blue. Good play by Long that time. Here on the attack is Nielsen. And that one deflected by the Seawolves. And a point to the Nanooks. In terms of service aces coming into this weekend, Eve Stevens and Riley White were the top 2. As Kinley Erickson with the serve. Galloway misplayed it. Talia knocks it back in, and then Nicole Blue knocks it over. Good block by Elder that time, along with Blue. Over to the far side, and a kill. Riley White kind of put in a tough spot there. Ball was played so close to the net. Didn't really have a chance. Well, like I was mentioning, Eve Stevens, Riley White, and then Ellen Floyd and Talia Leoni for the Seawolves. all in the top 5 for service aces. Good block that time. It's 12-6 as Christina Head will go back to serve. It's served by Christina Head as Eve Stevens knocked it over for the Seawolves. White. Janae on the attack, blocked. What a play by Floyd. What a rally here by both clubs. Floyd, Stevens, wide. Boy, both ends that time for the Seawolves and the Nanooks. Scrambling for a couple of moments, and each team able to make some plays to keep the rally going. And the Nanooks finally able to get the point after the attack here by Eve Stevens. And that one, a block as Riley White picks up the kill. Head, line drive, serve, clips the top of the net and falls to the floor. So another ace for UAF. It's their 7th this afternoon. And now the Nanooks back within 3 at 12-9, make it 13-9 after the error by Christina Head on the serve. Second service error for Head tonight. And that one long. Seawolves get a point and give a point right back. Ainsley Smith comes in to serve now. Ainsley, 12 assists so far tonight for Ainsley Smith. Played over by Elena Gutt. Janae on the attack for the Seawolves. Riley White, good play by Riley Plumhoff. Good block by Evans that time. Floyd, Eve Stevens. Erickson unable to dig that one up. The Seawolves get the kill, leading 14-10 here in the third set. Block that time by Evans. Now Janae, and the kill after the block for the Nanooks. So Riley White with the serve, and that one falls in the back corner. And an ace for White. Third ace for Riley White. Floyd, Evans. Too much that time. And it's 14-13, and a timeout going to be called by Chris Green, as UAF has been able to rally off a few points, get themselves back within 1 here in set number 3. As you see head coach Brian Scott in the middle of the huddle for the Nanooks. To start the year, UAF got off to a good start to start the season. From about the end of August to the beginning of September, they were riding a 7-game winning streak at one point. And then they got into conference play and started to have some mishaps. They lost their opening conference match to Western Oregon, battled back, won against St. Martin's. They got to 3-2 in conference play and then lost 4 straight conference games, which set them back. And an error on the serve that time by White. The Seawolves take a 15-13 lead. As Galloway will serve for UAA. Smith with the initial set, but misplayed. Galloway goes to the far side on that serve. Nielsen, Galloway, here to the near side, Nicole Blue. And block and kept in nicely that time. Eve tips it over, diving dig that time by Jessa Long, and then the kill for the Nanooks. Carly Nielsen. It's UAF back within 1 at 16-15. Floyd. Stevens powers it down the line. Gets the side out for the Seawolves. It never seems to cease when you have a rivalry game. It does not matter what the records are for either squad. It always seems, especially as of late between these two, to go back and forth. As Galloway unable to keep it in play, and the kill for the Nanooks. As Riley White like she was going to step back to serve for a moment, but it's not. It is Taylor Overin who comes in to serve. It's Overin, Galloway, Floyd, Nicole Blue. And a point to the Nanooks on a double hit. And we're tied at 17. Floyd, Eve Stevens, Ofrin, Nielsen on the attack for the Nanooks. Seawolf bench wanted a double hit that time, but nevertheless they do get a point out of it. So the Seawolves recapture a 1-point lead, 18-17. Eve Stevens, the senior from Palmer, with the serve. Floyd. (19-17). And a timeout going to be taken by Brian Scott. Seawolves, after the third set was tied at 17, stringed together a couple of back-to-back points. Seawolves so far this afternoon, 34 kills, Nanooks 26 kills. Seawolves have committed 20 errors so far. Nanooks have committed 13. Hitting percentage for both teams, nothing to write home about. Seawolves 15% hitting percentage, Nanooks 16% so far. Seawolves 29 assists, Nanooks 25. Diggs favoring the Seawolves 34-30. Seawolves have 6 aces, 8 aces for the Nanooks. So out of the timeout, Eve Stevens. By Long, played over to the far side. Ella Bynes on the attack again, blocked, but Seawolves unable to keep it in play. And Nanooks pick up the point at 19-18 as Erickson looks over to Coach Scott where they want to go with the serve. Floyd, Stevens gets the kill. 14th kill tonight for Eve on 29 total attacks. As Janae comes in and Riley Plumhoff does as well, and she'll step back to serve. Here to the near side, finds Janae. Punched in the air by Elder, and Janae, poor set that time, poor pass by Talia Leawanai. The Nanooks pick up the point, once again back within 1 at 20-19 this time. That's Christina Head with the serve. Janae on the attack! Necki. Serve that time. Erickson able to dig up the serve, and then the kill after Evans and Janae unable to keep it in play. So UAF, they've been in this spot a handful of times here in the late stages of this third set, back within 1. Tied it at 17. Earlier in this third set, Janae on the attack. Here to the near side, Guck, Plumhoff, Eve Stevens! Seawolf student section making a little noise as Ellen Floyd with the serve. Initially played that time by Riley White. Long over to White. Plumhoff. Janae again. Had play by Long, but unable to keep it in play. Jessa Long got there and got underneath it, but unable to keep it in. 23-20. Went off the antenna that time by Riley White. And set point here in set number 3 for UAA. Stevens. Set number 3 goes to the Seawolves. They take a 2-1 lead as we go to set number 4 25-20. Third set victory for UAA. We'll step aside here briefly, come back here to the Alaska Airlines Center. You're watching Seawolf Volleyball on GoSeawolves.com. The Seawolves, after dropping the opening set, have won sets 2 and 3, taking a 2-1 lead going into the fourth. Make mention, Ellen Floyd, 7 kills tonight, tying her career high. It's the 5th time she's had 7 kills in a match. Last time she had 7 kills was almost exactly 1 year ago. Did it on November 4th of 2021 against Northwest Nazarene. Did Floyd. So one more will give her a new career high. Take a look at some of the totals so far here this afternoon. Seawolves 39 kills, Nanooks 28, 20 errors for UAA, 14 for the Nanooks. 97 total attacks for the Seawolves, 87 total attacks for UAF. Seawolves 19% hit percentage for the match so far, Nanooks 16%. UAF has 8 aces, Seawolves have 6. Each team has committed the same number of service errors as aces so far this afternoon. Eve Stevens leading the way for the Seawolves with 16 kills on 31 total attacks, has 6 errors mixed in there as well. 2 service errors for Eve so far this afternoon. Leading the way for UAF, Ella Bynes with 8 kills on 17 total attacks. Talia Leawanai with 11 digs, 15 digs for Jenna Long, excuse me, or Jessa Long. My apologies. As we go to set number 4. Making sure everybody on the floor is who needs to be there. Jamming along to the music at the moment. Seawolves back in action next Thursday as they will take on Northwest Nazarene at 7 o'clock, and then the final home match of the season, a big one against Central Washington. If you have not got your tickets for that match yet, do so now. Seawolves will have an exciting final home match against the Wildcats of Central Washington. They want to pack the Alaska Airlines Center, try to set the Division II record for attendance for the volleyball match. And it will be their final regular season home match. As we're about ready to get the 4th set underway, as the Nanooks will have control the serve to start set number 4. As Smith with the serve. Stevens gets UAA on the board first here in set 4. As Galloway comes in to serve. Galloway, good serve. Initially played by Erickson and a point to UAA on the double hit. And it's a 2-0 lead to start the 4th set for the Seawolves. Blocked that time by UAA at the net. Floyd, Stevens. Here to the near side, Guck. Floyd with the kill and a new career high. The 8th kill for Ellen Floyd tonight. And an ace that time for Galloway. 2nd ace of the evening for Maddie Galloway. Smith. That back set somehow, somewhere. The Seawolves able to keep that one in. And the Seawolves start off 5 consecutive points here in the 4th set. Line drive serve, hit the top of the net, and an error for Galloway. It's the 21st service error for Maddie Galloway. As Riley White Blue and a whistle. And the elbow of one of the Nanook players touches the net, and it's 6-1. As Talia Leawanai with the serve for the Seawolves. Guck on the attack and wide. The Nanooks thought they had kept it in. Are they going to challenge maybe? Doesn't look like they will. Kill for Leilani Elder as it was misplayed by Elizabeth Jackson. And it's 8-1. It took the train a little while to get going for the Seawolves, but they have found that extra gear here in the 4th set as the Nanooks finally able to get the side out, get it to 8-2. Jessa Long will step back to serve, the graduate senior out of Dixon, Illinois. Floyd, Nicole Blue. Floyd with the set, Elder, able to get the kill. Fourth kill tonight for Leilani. As Eve Stevens bounces the ball on the floor a couple of times, didn't like that spot on the floor, moves over to her right, now will serve it. And then the kill for Christina Head. Third kill tonight for Christina. As Taylor over. will send it away. Elder. And over and unable to jig that one up. Played it into the Nanook bench. As Riley Plumhoff will come in. On the attack, Plumhoff with the initial dig, and then Elder and Floyd. As Floyd a little bit shaken up, holding her right hand a little bit. Like maybe there's a little bit of a miscommunication between Floyd and Elder. Floyd with the set, and the kill for Elder that time. But Ellen Floyd still looking at that right hand. It looks like that right middle finger perhaps. It's not too serious. It's 11-4 as Elenecki with the serve long with the initial dig. And then the kill that time for Ella Bynes. Tenth kill for Bynes. Actually spoke too soon. That's the 9th kill for Bynes as Floyd. GNAC. And that one is the 10th kill for Bynes. Seawolves have led this entire fourth set. They jumped out to a 5-0 lead and set 4-point here on the attack from GNAC. 9th kill for Lisa GNAC. Initially played that time by Riley White. Bynes. Yet another one. Bynes came into this match with 180 kills. She has added another 11 to that here this afternoon. 191 so far on the season. In 95 sets that she has played in. Floyd taps it over and a heads-up play. Catching the Nanooks off guard a little bit. The 9th kill for Ellen Floyd tonight. As Galloway, floating serve, may have been long, but it's played by Erickson nevertheless. And then Riley White with the kill. As Carly Nielsen checks back in. As White will go back to serve. And a good serve and an ace for White. 4th ace for Riley White. Floyd, Nicole Blue. That one popped up by Nielsen. And then misplayed. Does it look like perhaps a poor set by Ainsley Smith as Elizabeth Jackson tried to get there and kind of left her in a tough spot to try to play that one over. Talia Leao-and-I. Serve hits the top of the net and over. Dig by Galloway. Stevens blocked. As Nielsen, along with Jackson, teaming up for that one. And Nanooks trailing by 4, 14-10. As Long Sends it away. And then Leilani Elder. On the attack that time, Christina Head. Christina Head tonight. 5 kills, 3 errors, 13 total attacks, 15% hit percentage. Has 4 blocked attacks, which leads UAF here tonight. Head knocks it over. Initially played by Eve Stevens that time. Now Nicole Blue. And another block. Christina Head picking up that one. Now has 5. Taylor Overn with the serve. Eve Stevens. Eighteenth kill for Eve. Riley Plumhoff. Over with the set and a block by Leilani Elder. (17-12). And that one, an error by Plumhoff. Mentioned last weekend, Seawolves split their road trip against Simon Fraser. Lost against the Red Leafs. Bounced back a week ago on Saturday against Western Washington. That win, by the way, against Western Washington snapped their 31-match home winning streak that the Vikings had. Alanecki with the serve for the Seawolves as Christina Head jumped in the air and then just kind of palmed that one to the floor. I don't think she was expecting that pass to be where it was at. As Alanecki, floating serve that time, initially played by Erickson. Floyd. GNAC. And a point to the Seawolves. A double hit. And it's 20-13. And a timeout going to be taken by the Nanooks. Seawolves looking for their first sweep of UAF since 2017. Last time the Seawolves defeated UAF in both matches during the regular season. As Chris Green, after tonight, Chris Green and company, they have 4 matches left on their regular season schedule. They'll have their final 2 home games next week on the 3rd and 5th of November against Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington. And then they go on the road to end the regular season at Western Oregon and St. Martin's on the 10th and 12th. And then the West Regionals in the middle of November, 17th through the 20th. And depending on how things shake out down the stretch of the regular season, Seawolves may have a decent chance of potentially hosting the West Region tournament, depending on how things go down the final leg of the regular season. Is Elenecki out of the timeout with the serve. Christina ahead on the attack. Eve Stevens got underneath that one, played it over. And a block and a point for Lisa Genet. Elenecki line drive serve, played by Kinley Erickson that time, here to the near side. Riley White launches one for a kill. 21-14 as Christina Head now will step back to serve for UAF. Floyd, Genet, nice play by Erickson that time, good reaction. His head blocked and a point to UAA. Isabel Evans. Second kill tonight for Evans. 23-14. As Floyd with the serve. Christina Head blocked again. Evans with the block. It's her fourth blocked attack tonight for Evans, and it's match point here for UAA. Fans on their feet. White keeps the Nanooks alive for the moment. Ainsley Smith will check in, and she will go back to serve for UAF. Elena Guck also coming in. Floyd, Genet. Long. White taps it over. Eve Stevens. Seawolves take the fourth set, 25-15. They battle back after dropping the opening set and win 3 straight. As the Seawolves now have won back-to-back games after the win over UAF here this afternoon. So the Seawolves improved their overall record to 22-2. They are 12-1 in conference play. The Nanooks will fall to 15-11 overall, 5-9 in GNAC play. The Seawolves will retain the top spot in the conference as they sit a game ahead of Western Washington. Take a look at some of the totals here tonight for UAA. Eve Stevens leading the way in kills, had 19 kills on 36 total attacks, had 7 errors in there as well. A couple of service errors for Eve on a 33% hitting percentage for Eve Stevens. As Ella Bynes led the way for the Nanooks with 11 kills, 5 errors, and 25 total attacks. 11 digs by Talia Leaunai leading the way for UAA. And 16 digs for Jessa Long, leading the way for the Nanooks. So the Seawolves start their homestand with a victory. They have 2 more home matches coming up on Thursday and Saturday next week as they get ready to take on Northwest Nazarene and then also Central Washington. So the Seawolves staying undefeated here at the Alaska Airlines Center. They improved to 11-0 here at home. That's going to do it for our broadcast. Be sure you tune in next Thursday here at the Alaska Airlines Center and the Seawolves back in action. Until then, I'm Keaton Homer saying good night from Anchorage. Seawolves with the victory.